Okay, today for our Vloguary video, we're going to talk about my favorite reads of 2025, but don't click off if you're not a reader. I'm going to make this fun for everybody because I know not everybody wants to see me sit down and talk about books on and on and on. So we're going to hang out today. I will check in throughout the day and highlight one of the books from the stack. And we're going to do a lot of bookish things. We're going to put away Christmas decor and just vlog the day while also talking about books. If you saw our last Vloguary video, I talked all about how we are going into the year gently. So I still have Christmas decor up all over the house and I want to start the process of taking it down. And what I really love to do is to take all that I can and put it on our kitchen table. And then from there, I will kind of look at it and see which pieces I may want to donate, and then I will start to package it up. So I started doing that last night. I have a few things on there, but we're gonna just run around the house and collect whatever we can grab and put it on the table. And while I'm doing that, I thought, let me talk to you about our first book. It Watches by Strand. I had so much fun reading this book. It's a middle grade book and it did exactly what I was hoping it would do. I read this during October and I wanted something that was just fun and a little spooky without commentary or trying to get a political message across. I really love horror books, but oftentimes there's an agenda or a message that they're trying to get you to think about, which is beautiful. I love that. I read books like that all the time. I just wanted something that was off and weird just for the sake of being weird, and that's exactly what this was. I picked it up because of the cover. Look at the cover, oh my gosh. But it's a story of a brother and sister. They're on a kayaking trip with their dad. Their dad faces an accident and is knocked unconscious, and they're trying to get help, and they stumble upon a town in the middle of nowhere with a lot of characters, and these people say the weirdest off-the-wall things. If you've watched the show, oh my gosh, what is it called? I could take forever to think about it, so maybe I should just put it across the screen so I'm not making you wait while I think about it. But it very much gave me those vibes of a town. The people are there, you don't know how they got there, and it's like they are so weird and creepy, but they don't realize it because then they're in their own little bubble and nobody leaves and everybody stays. That's the vibe of this. I was reading so many lines to my boys. I honestly really wish that we would have done this as a read aloud together because I got the biggest kick and was laughing so much because it was so awkward that I was just telling them some of the lines and then they were laughing with me. Both of them ended up reading this and they also enjoyed it. It's not scary at all. It's a kid's book, but it definitely has like some vibes. There is a really creepy scarecrow in here and he does do some creepy things. It was a little bit more scary than I thought it would be with it being a middle grade, but I had the most fun reading this. I went on to grab two of his other books. I read those during the season as well. I didn't think they were as great as this one, and since then I have been picking up all of the cheesy Halloween vibe middle grade books I can find at thrift stores. I think they're going to be palette cleansers for me throughout the year. I think this is what I've been missing in my reading life. Do you see what I'm saying? Is that not joy on a table? All of the colors and the memories and the textures all together in one place. It makes me so happy to see this. So this is all that I gathered last night, and I tried to look through and see items that I might want to donate. I don't donate my stuff every year, but I am trying to whittle down my collection. So I can't. I love all of these pieces. So nothing here so far is going to be donated, but I'm sure as the day goes on, I'll find stuff. But when I went to go get all of my decor out, this went into an outside bin. I don't think I even put wrapping around it. This is our hedgehog Phoebe. She passed away this year. So I want to do a better job of packaging up this stuff this year and maybe finding a place that I can store it inside the house, which is going to be tricky because we have zero storage in this house. The same thing for my precious nutcrackers. I have some really old ones. I just put those in a bin and that went outside also. And I live in the desert. It gets really hot. In fact, I lost a lot of pieces. They cracked. Pottery pieces and things like those would probably crack over the summer. So I'm hoping to do a better, more organized job this year. Maybe if I'm putting it away slowly like I have been, I will do a better job of organizing it and protecting things in a more secure way. I will say though, our garage is a hot mess. It's really bad. I think we need to do a series on cleaning up my garage at some point on this vlog. It's really embarrassing. I don't even want to show it. It's really, really bad, which is why all of our decor bins were on the side of our house. We have a pretty big concrete pad back out of this window, and we have a storage shed out there. And so we just kind of stacked the Costco bins up right alongside the outer part of the storage shed. You can't see it from other parts of our house. And the idea was that we would get the garage cleaned out and those bins would get moved into the garage, but it never happened. And so they just stayed outside. And I don't want to do that again. The garage is not clean. I don't have anywhere to put the bins. So that pattern is starting to repeat again. So hopefully I can get ahead of that this year. But again, we're going into the year gently. We have no idea what the year has in store for us. I learned that last year, and so I'm not gonna put too much pressure on that. It's a hope. It's a hope and a dream. I'm gonna go around and gather up more decor, but while I'm doing that, let's talk about this book from my favorite reads of 2025. I don't know if I have said this yet, but the books I'm talking about today will be in no particular order, but the top 3 will be my top favorite, second favorite, and my third favorite. But this book is called The Last Second Chance by Lucy Score. It's part of a series, so sorry to share a book that's part of a series. This was so good though. I read this during a solo camp trip, which I vlogged. I can link that as well if you would like to see that. But I go on these really awesome camp trips a couple times a year where I go by myself and I just take a massive stack of books and that's all I do. I just read for days and days and days. And this is one of the ones I read during that trip. The story is about a family of brothers. They have a farm and their dad passed away many years before the series starts. So with each book within the series, you're following a different brother and his love interest. And the farm is very much the setting and the backbone of all of the stories. Well, one of the brothers throughout the series has a girl in his life that he just cannot stand. And you never know why. She kind of comes in and out of the books and you're like, dang, she's not very nice. What's her deal? This is the book that you actually get to find out why she is so angry and a little short-tempered and why she hates one of these brothers so much. I loved hearing about her story and their past and how they came together. It was funny, it was cozy. I love the family dynamics in this series. Lucy Score does an awesome job with family dynamics, which is something I love in all of the books that I read. So this one made me smile. I might have even cried in this. I don't remember. It's been several months, but I remember being very emotional reading this, but in a good way, like a heartwarming kind of an emotion. There is a snow scene in this. They get trapped in a house for several days. There are lots of really awesome moments with the brothers, and that's something else I really like about the series. You know, when you follow a group of people throughout a long extending series, especially with romance books, they go on to a new couple with each book. Oftentimes, the people that were in the books before them will make little cameos, but these characters very much still have scenes and moments within all of the books, and you get updates about them within all of the books, so it still feels like you're spending a lot of time with some of the characters you've loved and gotten to know over the previous books. The books before this one in this series, they're not amazing. It's not like, you know, gonna change your life or anything like that. They're just fun, simple, mindless books. But this one takes it up a notch and is more of that Lucy Score that I really love. On to another Lucy Score book. This I also read during my solo camp trip. You're gonna see that repeated a lot during the books that I share about today, but this is true Lucy Score fashion. It's cozy and sweet. There's a lot of fun characters. Here's what happens. So our main character is kind of, in a way, tricked. I mean, can you really be tricked into buying a house? Like, she decided to buy the house, but the house wasn't painted in the right light. So she goes out to lay her eyes on this house in person for the first time and is completely just shocked at how it looks. And it is not at all what she thought she had spent her money on, but she sees potential and she talks her friend into coming out and living in the area with her. And it's a story of her fixing this house up. She hires a company to come in and do a lot of the repair work. I think you can guess where the love interest comes from. And it's just her discovering herself, starting over, finding roots in this cute little town and working on her home. I thought it was so sweet. It made me so happy. I do decorate the house for winter, and basically what I do is leave behind some of the greenery and pull snowmen out, and then I do a lot of metal mixing, and I'll switch the pillow covers on my couch to be more of creams and neutrals and bring out more cream and kind of fuzzy textured throws for the couch. You'll get to see all of that as January continues on. But while I'm pulling all of this stuff out, I am gathering up items that I might want to use for my winter decor. And that's one of the reasons I love having little snowmen, because they're so cute for Christmas, but you can also use them for winter decor, especially the ones that are not super Christmassy. So this guy has a Christmas wreath, so he's not one that I would keep out for winter. But this guy, I feel like he's kind of neutral because he has some silver in him, and it's a little bit of a Christmas wreath, but not necessarily. So I keep him out some years I don't. It just depends if I have a spot for him. But he's one of my favorites, and I think he's very wintry looking. So I'm gonna put him in a pile over here because I'll probably keep him out for Christmas. And I'll probably keep him out for winter. And I'm thinking about maybe keeping this little tree out with the stars on it. I think stars, they're not only for Christmas, you can have stars out for winter decor as well. Here is another one of my little snowman that I think would be cute for winter. I thrifted this guy this year, and I can't decide if I like him or if I think he's creepy. I think it could go either way. What do you think? Cute, creepy, weird? But I picked him up when I saw him at the thrift store because I think he would be a good winter snowman as well. Maybe a creepy winter snowman. Another cutie, look at that belly. I love when things have bellies on them. He has a little hole in his hand right here where he used to have a little, I don't know what you would call it, but it was a stick. I think it would be fun to keep him out for winter, but I can even make him a new little stick with some hearts on it for Valentine's, right? About my next favorite of 2025. This book is called Mrs. Quinn's Rise to Fame. It's a story of our main character who feels like she has gotten old and she feels like her life just doesn't have meaning or purpose anymore, and that society wants her to kind of hang her hat up and be done with it all and just kind of enjoy her cozy days at home, drinking her tea and doing not much of anything else. But she still has passion, and she has a zest to still do some really awesome things in her life and go after her goals and things that she's wanted to accomplish for a long time. And so she sets out to do that. She enters to join a baking competition. And this baking competition is very similar to the great, I always forget if it's Greatest British Bake Off or the Great British Bake Off. It's one of those. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I love that show. Love that show. It doesn't say that's what she's entering, but pretty much that's what she's entering. And she meets different characters along the way who are all in different phases of their life, and it just kind of shows how she reaches and works through this goal of hers, and how her family handles it, how her husband handles it, the contestants that she meets, how she affects their lives. It's so beautiful, and I think this is a book, if I reread it over and over and over again, I'm going to take something different from it each time. And while I was reading this, and I was thinking about things, but I wasn't fully going into everything that the book was saying, and that didn't come until later when I finished the book, and I really just sat. I read this while I was solo camping, so I remember sitting alone in my tent, freezing my buns off, and just thinking about Mrs. Quinn and her husband and their love, and oh, it's just such a good book. Heart hugging. I will read this one again. Maybe I'll read it this year sooner than later. I feel like this would be a really good winter book. I don't remember if it takes place in winter, but cups of tea, cozy baking, it just sounds like a winter read, you know? I think a theme that I have going on with this year's reads is I went into several of them just not expecting a lot from them, and they shocked me. Totally shocked me. This is another one that the cover is fun and light, and it just looks like a good, we're just gonna have a good time together. You know, you're not gonna be one I think of for days afterwards, but we're gonna have a good time because it's so pretty. Look at this cover. I love it. It's so beautiful, but it just, with the peace and the champagne bottle, it just looks like we're gonna have a good time. And yes, it was a good time, but it was so much more than that. This book is The Wedding People, and It's about a girl who has decided that she no longer wants to be one with the world, and she has had enough of life, and she's had enough of struggling, and she's had enough of just kind of floundering, and she books a stay at a hotel to set this plan in motion. Unknowingly, the hotel had been booked for a wedding. It was supposedly the whole hotel was blocked off and nobody else was to be able to stay there. But somehow she was able to get a room. There was some things got crossed, some things weren't taken care of that they were supposed to. And you get to follow her in her journey as she's trying to process all that she's dealing with, the people that she comes in contact with because of the wedding. And yeah, there are funny parts, there is silliness, but there's so much depth and beauty and growth within this book. I again would read this one over again. I think I would pull something else from it the next time that I read it. I loved this book. I loved how this mantle turned out this year. It went from, I've switched it 3 times, okay? It was a journey. I didn't love it. I didn't love it again. And I ended up on this. I was trying to not do the mushrooms this year, just to do something a little different, but the mushrooms, they just make me so happy. I shared about them on Instagram, and one of my Instagram friends called them festive fungus. I thought that was so funny. So now every time I look at them, I think about festive fungus, but I went for it. We went gobs of whimsy, and it made me so happy. I think it's maybe one of my most favorite mantles that I've done so far since we've been in this house. So I am sad to take it down, but I do have fun winter stuff that I'm going to switch it out for, so that makes me feel okay about it. Today is our gentle launch back into our schedules. Our homeschool co-op is starting back up today, and then tomorrow they have piano classes. So we're getting ready to head out of the house to do something. We haven't done anything in a really long time. We've just really been enjoying being home and being cozy and doing all of the sticker books and word search and watching movies and playing games. So it's kind of nice that this week is not as busy. My boys are not back with homeschool just yet. We're gonna wait until the middle of January to do that. So it's kind of nice to have a gentle launch back into the busy schedule. They have classes online that start back up this week, right guys? Yeah, so Weston has a genetics class online that starts back up this week, and Carson has a history graphic novel class that will start up this week. So we're all dressed, we're gonna get some lunch in us, and then we're gonna head out the door to go do our homeschool co-op activity, and then I'll be back to talk about more books and to put away more Christmas decor and do more bookish fun things. So you're gonna have soup also. Everyone's having a soup. I will have a soup too. Where did Dad even come from?
Downstairs.
It's been a few hours. We're back from our co-op activity. It was so good to get outside. It's very overcast and a little cool out. We got the gloomy vibes going on lately in the area that I live in. Yesterday it was sun shining, but 4 days before that, total gloomy. And today we're back into the gloomy zone, but it kind of fits with the gentle approach to the new year. I think I'll get tired of it if it goes on for much longer, but it was nice to get out and be in the overcast weather with a little chill, and the mountains were all purple and blue looking, and the sky was full of clouds, just so pretty. We live in the most beautiful state. We live in southern Utah, for those of you who don't know. We moved here from Texas. Oh gosh, we're going off on a tangent, but we've already started, so let's keep going. When we moved here, we had never been to southern Utah. I had no idea what I was getting into, but wow, it's stunning. My eyes are just constantly, we've been here for 4 years. I'm not used to the beauty. There's mountains everywhere, red rock mountains. It's just, we'll go on some hikes and things as the year goes on, and I'll take you guys along and show you some of the views. But yeah, anyways, it was just good to be out in all the beauty that is southern Utah today. So I have my teapot going. I don't know if you can see. Oh, there's the steam. I love it. And I'm really craving a warm something for the afternoon. So I'm having a cup of decaf. We'll do some more book chats and do other things. Whatever else we get up to. I feel like every time I come on here and say, this is what today's vlog's gonna be, it never pans out that way. So I need to stop saying that. So we'll just say, oh, we'll see what else we get up to. I don't know, but at least we did this. We got a lot of the Christmas stuff taken down. There's more to go. I'm looking at it in my kitchen. It's all around me. But okay, I need to stop flapping my trap. and get to my coffee making. What if we go to the library and talk about the next book from my favorites list of 2025? Let's talk about The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern. I read this February of last year, so this sat with me for a whole year, and I thought about these characters all the time. I don't see a lot of people talking about this book. It was so good, so atmospheric, so cozy. There's a lot of talk about food and its healing powers, and these, oh my gosh, the soups that they talk about that are given to people to heal their ailments. Just a warm cup of soup with loads of ginger is one of my favorite things to eat, especially during the winter. So here's the story. You're following Augusta Stern in the past, and you're following her several years into the future. And Augusta in her town is known as a healer. So she would heal people who had certain ailments with herbs and more natural things. And her soups were known to also be very healing. Augusta and all of her healing powers was looked at as a witch, which is a very interesting commentary if you know anything about Salem witch trials and things that have happened to women over time in regards to healing others. That kind of gets brought into this book, and she is forced to leave her little community and she starts to live with family. And one of her family members owns a pharmacy. And I thought that was also very interesting to learn about how pharmacists practiced several, I don't know the time zone, so I'm having a hard time telling you exactly what it was, but maybe in the 30s, something like that, how they were considered to be like a local town doctor for a community. People would come to them, tell them what was going on with them, and they would prescribe different medications. So both of these people, Augusta and her family member, they're practicing medicine very differently. Both of them have opinions about how the other one is practicing, and you just see how these stories intertwine. Sometimes when stories are dual points of view, I may prefer one storyline over the other and very much look forward to getting to said storyline. I didn't feel that way with this book. I enjoyed both of the different storylines. I love how everything was tied together. I love the description of food. That's something I really love in my books. This was so good. There's a reason why it was number 2 of my favorites from last year. And we are ready for number 1, my most favorite book from 2025. This was another one that I read while I was solo camping, and it completely shocked me. Didn't know a lot about it. I picked it up because of the cover. Don't hear anyone talking about it. This book, can you see why I was drawn to the cover? The cover is so pretty. I'm really bummed because I had water that spilt on my copy when I was camping, but I cannot get rid of this copy. Is anybody else like this? I get very attached to the books that I read and the journey that I had while I read them, especially if it's a book I really love. And this area that I camp at, which is such a special place to me, burned down a couple months after this camp trip. So I can't get rid of this book because it is marked with memories from camping. It still smells, oh, it still smells like campfire. And I read this amongst pines with birds flying all around me and a stream in the background. It's just, oh, and it's like a picture, but in a book form. Anyway, this book is the story of our main character whose father has recently passed away, and her father is a caretaker for this really nice mountain town that lives in the middle of an, I don't know if it's like a river or a bay. You have to take a ferry to get to it. So People don't stay here during the winter because you can't access it because the water freezes over. But her dad was known to be the one to take care of everybody else's homes, to close them down for the winter, and he was very loved by the community. She is grieving her father's death, and she decides to go to a place that she feels very close to him, and that is this community where he has lived and been a member of for so long. And she is on her own journey, going through this in her own way. Meanwhile, there's another character who lives in this community, and she has a little son who is, there's something going on with him. She sees that there's some differences. She's concerned about things that she's tracking with him, but people are making her feel like she's off her rocker. There's nothing wrong with him. He just needs more parenting, or it's just him being a little brat. Things like that. But she's like, no, 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 this is something deeper. And she's on her journey with trying to get her son the support he needs while walking through the relationships of people that she felt like loves them, but are not going through this journey with her in a way that is supportive and compassionate. So she very much feels like she is on her own, and this is also causing trouble in her marriage. These two people, their paths cross, and the story picks up from there. You get to learn about both of them, their separate struggles, and how they're viewing different things that they're going through within their life, and how they are a support to each other. Something else I really loved about this book, it's called Crow Talk, so there's a ton of facts about birds, crows in general. It was fascinating. I learned so much, and I am a bird obsessed girly. Love birds, could read about them forever and always, watch them out these windows in my library all the time, look forward to going places where I can bird watch. It's a whole thing, and this was perfect for me. So I don't know that you would like this unless you also like to read about birds, but this had me wanting to read research papers about birds after I was finished, because a lot of those research papers are used in the storyline, and at the very end the author shares a lot about where she got her knowledge from to write this book. It had me looking up TED Talks. It also had me looking up her other books, which I purchased as well. I'm very excited to read those. This is one of those, the dogs are playing. This is one of those books that will stay with me for a very long time, and I think about very often, and I am so glad I randomly picked it up from a Barnes & Noble one day, and that I had the beautiful experience of being able to read it. Oh my goodness, you here? Are you here to hang out? Do you want to talk about books or something? Oh my goodness, I just love you so much. I just love it so much. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's such a good boy. Oh yeah. That is going to be so good. Okay, do you guys want to see what I got for book of the month? I actually don't remember what the books are about, so let's open this box and see what I picked. I think I got a couple. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot that I ordered this. Okay, this is really cute, and it was actually pretty affordable. Sometimes these embroidered hats are really expensive. So I got this one. It says Book Person. I will wear this a ton. Oh, look, it says Book of the Month on the side. I love that. And then I got this one because hello, Valentine's. I mean, you could wear it anytime, but I'm like, oh, it's perfect for Valentine's. And then on the side, it says Book of the Month in black. I think these were like $9, which is very reasonable. And my picks for the month are Lost Lambs. It's a story of a family. I love stories about family dynamics. I think something happens to the children, like they're all kind of, they're not kids, I think they're grown adults, but they're just kind of on their own life journey, and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and the parents are trying to pull their family back together. I could be totally wrong, but I think that's a similar idea. I was very excited about this one, Rings of Fate. It sounds very fairy tale to me, and I love a good fantasy fairy tale retelling. So we'll see. Ooh, that is pretty. Really pretty. Okay. I think fantasy and fairy tale retellings, or it's not a retelling, okay? It's like an adjacent vibe of a fairy tale. I should not say that it's a retelling because it's not, but I love them for winter time for sure. I'll read them anytime, but I love them for winter. Can you see that my reading is kind of all over the place? We've got middle grade, we've got smutty romance, we've got fantasy, we have family drama, we have books filled of facts about birds, we have books about people who are cooking delicious things. That's what is so wonderful about reading, is that you can go anywhere. You can learn about all sorts of things and experience all sorts of different worlds and stories through the pages of these books, and I don't limit myself. I read it all and I love it all. Okay, the next thing I want to do is talk to you guys about book journals. Oh, I should go get my journal. Hold on one second. Okay, my boys and I, we like to journal together. So we have junk journals that we work on occasionally together. And a couple years ago, we started doing book journals in these, I guess it's a scrapbook, but it's tiny. They have one and I have one as well. We had so much fun doing these, but we did not keep up with it. And it makes me sad because it was so cute. I'll show you some of the pages, but this was from 2024. You see the cute tail over here? I planned on doing a challenge where my boys, they wrapped books for me that they picked off of the shelf, and then I was to pick a book every month and read from the mystery books that they had picked. Yeah, I got like 2 books deep. Actually, I really liked this one. It is called An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good, but then I stopped the challenge. And then this was my spread where I was going to do all of the books that I'd read for the year and just put a picture, so it was like a running log. Look at how far I got. Not far at all. But look at how cute, right? A friend of mine gave me this really cool book that had a bunch of really cool bookish artwork in it. And I asked her if she would mind if I dissected it. And I just used all of the artwork in my pages. But we would document, this is a monthly layout, we would document bookish moments that we enjoyed. So it wasn't just about the books that we were reading. This is us working in our book journals. I also included picture books in here that I read with my boys. We love picture books. Look, these are winter ones. I love winter picture books. We're going to talk about that in a video during Vloguary. This was so fun, but gosh darn it, I couldn't keep up with it. Let's see where I kind of dropped the ball. All right, I stopped working in this journal in March of 2024. I didn't even attempt to try last year. I'm coming to you to talk about book journals because I was gonna ask you your opinion, but now I'm like, this is so fun, I should keep doing this. Why did I stop? I should do this. But I usually just log stuff on Goodreads, but that's just kind of boring. Besides the goal count that you get with that, and it takes seconds, I can still do that, but I want to have more of a tactile connection with the books that I'm reading and the books that I'm documenting. Not necessarily writing out big reviews about them because I don't really enjoy that, but something that I could do star ratings, include a picture of the book, or write the title of the book. Barnes & Noble used to give this out to members, and I have 2 copies of it, and I thought maybe I should go this route. It's really simple. It just has a space for you to write the title of the book, the author. You can write the genre, who published it. I mean, I don't even feel like I need to write all of that. And then it gives you room to write a review, which I probably would just include a picture of the book. And I thought this year I was going to try to go this route with my book journal, but what do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? I feel like I have too many journals going on. We've got our junk journal. I have a lot of other photo projects I'm working on, and now this is very enticing to me. And then tell me what to do. Leave a comment. I don't have a ton of time on my hands, so I need it to be something somewhat simple and straightforward that I will keep up with, because obviously I don't have a good track record of keeping up with the book journal, but I love the creativity of it. Does anybody mix their book journal with their junk journaling? Maybe I just document my favorite book of the month. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. You let me know what you think I should do, and maybe you guys have an idea for me. Weston is just telling me he's almost finished with his audiobook, and it is a humdinger. 48 hours on audio.
54 minutes left.
You have 54 minutes?
Yeah.
How the heck did you listen to an audiobook that's 48 hours? It's actually been kind of nice to not have to look for an audiobook, right? Because that one's so long.
It's been nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Right?
Yeah, that's really good.
Right,
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Okay. That's good to know.
It is good. I think, I don't know if you'll like it, but because this is my first high fantasy, you know. But
I think I'll like it. Is it cozy?
it is cozy, kind of.
Yeah. Are you gonna read more in the series?
Yeah, I might read more in the series if you have more, but if you don't, then I'll buy it.
I'll get it. If you're gonna,
Okay.
do you want to go like right into the next one?
I might go into the next one. Yeah.
What are you gonna rate it?
I'll get a 4-star.
Ooh. This guy is a good guy. He is a good guy. I think I'm gonna end the vlog for here today. I actually need to edit this tonight so I can get it to you tomorrow. So I have a bunch of editing to do tonight. But we had a good day. Thanks for hanging out with me while I took down Christmas decor, for letting me flat my trap about books. If you're not a book person and you made it through this whole vlog, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. And also let me know your thoughts about the book journal. What should I do? Should I keep it simple? Just do the Barnes & Noble, write the title, do a star rating and move on? Or should I try to do my scrapbooky type of book journal that I really loved? Or do you have another idea for me? Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow, because during Vloguary, I wanted it to feel a bit like Vlogmas, so I tried to put at least 2 days where you're getting vlogs back to back. So we'll have another vlog tomorrow for Vloguary. Bye everybody, see you tomorrow.